Wonderful, gorgeous souls. Welcome to another episode of Heart and Soul. And today we're going to share about chakras. Maybe you've heard about them. Maybe you already know sort of the 7 most known chakras. Anyway, welcome. And if you have any questions or wondering where you can focus on, you can always reach us. My name is Caroline Palmy, and I'm here with Janet Groom. Welcome.
Hi, Caroline. I'm so pleased we're talking about this today, because when we're choosing our topics, sometimes we sort of like just channel or choose what we feel is the right one. And we said last week, what are we going to do? And I said, oh, can we do chakras? Chakras. I have to go. It's hard. See, it's like chakra. So yes, I'm very excited about this today. And I know you love them as well.
Yes, I absolutely love them. I always work with them. And I mean, even when I started yoga 15 years ago, it was sort of already getting into chakras, and you hear about them. So what are they? For me, they are sort of like filters or like fans, fresh energies coming in and old energies going out. And of course, they can get blocked or like dusted. And it's important to clear them out. So we have that beautiful energy exchange that it can go in and out. And of course, it affects not just our energy system, but our whole body. And sometimes when we are really, really tired and exhausted, it's always good to look at your energy system and the chakras. I'll hand it over to you, Janet.
I agree with you. I like that explanation of like a fan, because if we do, when you see or start working with chakras, although we can't visibly see them, maybe some people can, but we can't, but we can sort of feel that they're there. They're energy points across from, think of the back of our tailbone right through to the top of our head. And we're only going to talk about the key 7 ones today. There's a lot more. That's for another time. So yeah, their energy, chakra means like spinning wheel. So they're like spinning in the area of your main body, your core. And there's 7 of them in the main chakras. And I think they're amazing, because I love the color coding, because they're the colors of the rainbow. If you're getting stuck and can't quite remember what they are, if you start at the bottom, you've got the root chakra, which is just at the base of your spine. Think of it if you had a tail, it's like where your tailbone is. But we'll talk a bit more about what they do. And then you come up, the next one is the
sacral chakra.
Sacral. And that's a nice, the color, actually should sort of talk about the colors as well. I'll talk about the colors and then we can talk a bit more about. So you've got red for the root. And then do you want to talk about the sacral?
The sacral is sort of in front of your sacral area, and it's orange and it's beautiful. It's also your creative center, your sort of, for me, it's also about the wise woman within, sort of like the golden temple. And then we go one up, the orange one. So next will be yellow, obviously.
Yes, yellow. They say solar plexus. And that's just above, well, sort of below the breastbone and between sort of where your navel is. So that's your solar plexus. And that's your energy point. That's sort of like your confidence, your power center. And I think that's an important one, because, sometimes when you're feeling a little bit, uncomfortable, I don't know about you, but I've noticed that I put my hand there. I don't know if anyone else does, but I've realized that that's what I do. If I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable, that I'm not feeling confident, I will put my hand on my solar plexus, and that's a nice yellow. So which one's next, Caroline?
Yeah, just stay a little bit longer with the solar plexus, because that's an important one. And you might not even know about the chakras, but when you sort of hit with certain fear, that's there, then you get that like a sickness in your stomach, and that's the solar plexus going closed. And it's really important to breathe into your belly, because when you're fearful, you have that chesty breath, but really expand your belly, because the solar plexus, it's really important. And of course, then the next one is the heart chakra, my very favorite chakra. And it's all about love and that heart-to-heart connection. And what's the next color of the rainbow? It is green, but you can also sometimes see it as a little pinkish. For me, it's sort of, it's a beautiful, beautiful heart center. And actually sort of that's the midway from the lower chakra, sort of more earthy ones, to then going up to the next three, the more universal ones.
And the next one up from the heart chakra is your throat chakra. And that's a beautiful blue. Mm-hmm. And that's about speaking our truth. And if you tend to have like throat issues, it's probably a blockage where you're not speaking your truth, your authentic truth of who you are. And I know that I used to suffer a lot with tonsillitis. So looking back now, I realized that probably was that, because I wasn't. I remember as a child always being told, children are seen but not heard, and sort of comments like that. And it made me just that close up. And even now, I'm not great at speaking in public in front of people unless I'm more comfortable with them. But I realized now it was the throat chakra. So I know that I still need to sort of work on that area to remove blockages, to allow me to freely express my truth.
Yeah, it's all about standing up for yourself, speaking your truth, saying no and yes to yourself. And also it's connected to the sacral chakra and its expression of yourself. So as a writer, as an artist, speaking your truth, you can always ask Archangel Gabriel to help you express yourself. So it's a wonderful chakra. And also singing, anything helps.
Exactly, because actually when you sing and you have that resonance, that vibrational energy, it actually does a lot for your extensive energy system. And that also very good for the vagus nerve. So what comes next?
Now then comes the third eye, and it's sort of in between your eyebrows, sort of on your forehead. And it's about your vision, your dreams. And for me, it's also about intuition. You can sort of truly connect, but for many, it's blocked when they sort of lose their dreams or don't see further. When you're sort of in that hamster wheel, one day after the other, everything is gray. You sort of lose that colorful, exciting forwardness. And sort of when you book a vacation, and then you look forward to that, and then sort of your whole energy is uplifted. And that's sort of like that dreamy energy. And it's sort of an indigo blue.
Yeah, for me also, the third eye is seeing the truth of things. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing past the smoke and mirrors. And I think particularly, as we keep saying, in our world at the moment, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it is about sort of like seeing past that and seeing the truth of things. When your third eye chakra is is open and working for you. It is supporting you in your choices about being able to make sense of what's going on. So what's next then? What's the next one, Caroline?
For you, is there one left? We only have 6 so far.
And that's right up here, and that's our crown chakra, and it's a beautiful like violet color. And I love in pictures, it's often depicted like it's the lotus flower opening up to receive, and that's to receive information, receive energy from the cosmos, from the divine source. We're connected. It's like connecting in. And when you've got all of your chakras aligned and in balance and in harmony, as Caroline said, your health, well-being, your vitality is really great. When you're blocked and everything's out of alignment or disharmony, that's when you have often got health issues. What about you? Have you found for yourself like certain issues with certain chakras, or have you had any experiences where you've had to work on one, you had a situation where it was troublesome?
I mean, the chakras are where they are located. For example, the heart chakra, of course, connects to the heart, plus also to the lungs. And for me, the heart chakra is, of course, about heartache, about grief, about past relationships. And when I do my healing session, often past loved ones come in, like a father or mom or a grandmother, and sharing their love, because that's the love center. And that's, while we're on earth, we are here in conditional love, in duality, we're human beings. And for example, when my father passed, because I always felt like, oh, he doesn't love me. And then from the other side, he shared his love and his expression of he didn't know better. He couldn't show it. And because he was with his own problems. And it's so beautiful when that comes. It's sort of like, oh. And of course, when we clear the heart chakra, often tears come down. That's release. The sacral chakra, of course, is with, when there was a loss of a child, or maybe even a pregnancy termination, or the problem of not conceiving, then it's all stuck there. Plus, of course, the energy of all your past lovers are there. So sometimes it's good to clear that out. The base chakra, of course, is that connectedness to earth. And for me, when I started my journey a while ago, I was so in tune with the angels and all up here. I never had problems with those chakras. They were always open. I was ready to fly. But then I was always sort of completely drained in a way, because I wasn't grounded. I wasn't bringing it down to earth, and I wasn't living on earth. I'd rather fly with the angels. So truly that base chakra, to ground it and arrive in your body also as a human being. And of course, for me, I also work with the sole of the feet, the chakras there. They're sort of like the root chakra, like roots going down into Mother Earth. And when you walk barefoot on grass, you have that connection. You can open that chakra. And as we mentioned before, the solar plexus is where all the fears and worries and guilt and everything is sort of blocked. And sometimes it feels like pebbles or even stones to clear it out, to open it up. And of course, also self-esteem comes from that solar plexus, sort of the I am. And and you can even see it in postures of the body, you know, when you feel good, you sort of, I am here. And then if you don't feel good about yourself, you're sort of trying to hide, you sort of lean over, you buckle over. And of course, then the solar plexus gets squashed. We talked about the heart and the throat. Yeah, like we said before, it's about speaking your truth, expressing yourself, and being able to stand up for yourself. And yeah, the third eye, it's about dreams. And here with the crown, it's sort of opening up to spirituality, the lovely topic we had last week, and also receiving guidance. So often we don't know what to do, and we can always ask for support and receive that guidance, and then of course follow up. You know, that's our part of the deal, and that we are not alone. Again, you know, we are grounded here on earth, but we are supported from the universe. And often people feel lonely. We had that topic as well. And just connect there. And yeah, we are spiritual beings in a human body, and energetic beings also. And I love how it interacts, you know, like we are doing our heart and soul talk. We are connected heart to heart. And for me, it's always hugging, you know, then you put your heart to the heart of the other, and you really feel that true connections. I'll hand it over to you, Janet. You probably have even more insights.
Oh, I don't know. It's sort of very, very similar. I mean, the root chakra for me was more recently when we moved back to the UK, and I was feeling very displaced, couldn't find home, not settling. And I really struggled with that. And then by sort of, with Caroline's help as well, to get back and sorted out and get my root chakra cleared and felt connected to Mother Earth, like you sort of say, that you've got that connection down into the earth, that gave me then the sense of being protected, that I was at home. It didn't matter where I was, as long as that sort of like those roots went down deep. I'm stable like a tree, stable, that I can blow in the wind or the storm, weather a storm, but my roots are deep down, and it doesn't matter where I am, as long as I feel that with my connection through the root chakra, it really does make a difference. And I know that once I went through that process, because our energy systems, I mean, work from the sort of the root chakra up. So, you know, all of them have to be cleared, balanced, and in alignment for that flow, that beautiful flow. And when they are like that, when we talk about flow and being in flow, it feels like life is working for you. Yeah, that the universe has got your back, that you are supported, that you can trust that everything is going to work out for the highest good. You know, you don't have that sense of fear in everything, because I did have a terrible sense of fear moving back here, and displaced and just completely lost. And that sort of then getting back onto that one, and then working on some of the others through self-love, particularly the heart chakra as well. It just feels completely different. I feel like a different person.
Absolutely. And that's amazing. You know, we just keep working on ourselves and releasing and clearing. And yeah, it's so important. You know, I mean, we can have our chakras clear and aligned, but like shower or brushing your teeth, we need to do it regularly. We might feel better, and then, yeah, we need another car wash, you know.
I like that. So what do you do then to maintain your chakras?
I mean, of course, cutting cords, I think we had that several times, walking through a waterfall and then clearing. I work the other way around. I work from top to bottom. It's just from pranic healing. You clear out the top first. So when then earth energy comes up, it has easier passage. So I work from head through my chakras, and so you clear them out counterclockwise. And you can just go with your hands like this, counterclockwise, and imagine you're working on your crown, and then to the next one and the next one. And then you can recharge them clockwise, sort of. And then I see like purple light, entering my crown, and then always with the hand sort of going clockwise. But then, of course, after clearing everything, you then recharge, and then you can sort of feel whether they're sort of equally sized, whether they're aligned, or whether one is a bit to the side or smaller or wider. It's just, it's just a bit of practice. But when you feel blocked, like for example, when fear hits you out of nowhere, then I just focus maybe on the solar plexus, and that I can do with breathing, and feel that chakra is sort of, I imagine it's expanding and opening up again. And then just asking maybe the chakra, what's going on? What can I release? And we can also use, of course, essential oils or crystals, or work with the angels, or even flowers. You can use special flower, just pictures of flowers, or imagining it, like you said, the lotus flower, and for the third eye it's like the African violet, and it's all, it's beautiful. And just imagine that and going with that. What do you do, Janet?
Funny, some of them I do, but I have to say I like meditations. So I would probably do, you can do meditations for individual chakras, but I quite like one that's sort of taking you through all of them. And as you sort of say, it's all about releasing anything that you feel, any negativity, anything that's blocking that flow, and bringing them back. And I love that, because I think for me it's the relaxing, and that I can close my eyes and then I visualize it very, very much, and see the wheels spinning, the energy points spinning. And I quite like to use a meditation to do that. And that works for me. Because I also know that chakras also have frequencies. I can't remember offhand what those frequencies are, but there are different sort of sounds that are associated, frequency sounds, with the chakras as well. Some people like to go through and vocalize the different sort of the sounds for them. I'm not a singer, so I struggle with that. It's the whole throat chakra thing, isn't it? Still needs some work doing to it. But yes, it's no matter how you choose to do it, it's right for you.
Definitely. And again, try it all out, play with it. And sometimes just, for the lower chakra, dancing movement is also helping. Or, with the hip, you do sort of a figure 8, you move it around, so you're loosening it up, and while you move, it automatically clears a lot of stuff. And and of course, nature is our greatest healer. And even when you go out, I think that's sort of, you get insights. For me, there I have the clear connection. It's sort of, And sometimes when you sit at the computer all day and you feel a bit stuck, just going outside for a bit and taking a deep breath, and it's sort of like, oh, wow. And then you can come back. And that's, yeah, it's all good. And I love that. Mm-hmm.
I think so. So yeah, when you start, if you're interested in knowing more, you can either speak to us, or, you know, there's plenty on, you know, if you do Google search, you'll find plenty on chakras, and start that journey, because there's so much. And of course, like as you mentioned as well, they are associated with certain organs in your body as well. So it is quite complex. And even we're just talking about the key main 7 here. There's a lot more. I think Caroline mentioned the ones on the feet, but there's a lot more, which really makes it very interesting. Very interesting. And once you start getting into that and you're aware of it, it is like, as I said, me realizing I put my hand on my solar plexus when I'm feeling anxious or that fear. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Yes. And there's chakras for every organ as well. So just so you know. And yeah, and next Friday we do a special, right? On Friday, the 29th of September, we do a special Heart and Soul, our next episode. And so it's going to happen. What are we talking about?
We are launching our first Heart and Soul book. Yay!
Janet did an amazing job of putting it all together, and I can't wait to share with the world our first Heart and Soul book. So that's the extra episode. And yeah, from then on, you can get your book from Amazon. It's a beautiful ebook with so many insights, and I'll share the link. You can already pre-order it now in the comments. And yeah, see you then on Friday for a change.
Oh, very exciting. And it's the first in a series. It's the first one. So yeah, just to let you know, there will be more coming, because this one's based on the first 10 episodes of the show. But it's not, you know, there's so much extra in there, so much extra. So please join us on Friday. Check out the book, get your copy, because there's lots of gems in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So just breathe into every chakra, align them. And I'm deeply grateful, coming from the heart chakra, of course, that you were all here.
And from, well, the soul star chakra. We didn't talk about that one. That's next time on the advanced chakras. I send you all love and light blessings.
Thank you.